Hey, you want to watch a pop star movie with me? No! I heard a yes. Let's watch. You really have to respect the efficiency of the Disney machine. From the time they are hatched at the Disney Labs in Orlando, Disney actresses are trained to do everything. Sing, dance, act, so that they have multiple avenues to maintain their stardom, and if they find one career path leading nowhere, they can always fall back on one of the others. It's a dramatic, revolutionary breakthrough in child star sustainability, ensuring that our teen idol reserves will last until at least 2030. Unfortunately, as with all progress, these breakthroughs were only made possible by observing the failed experiments of the past. Specifically, the last generation of teen pop stars, all of whom wound up in film at some point and came away with very little in terms of success. The one who resisted the urge the longest was Christina Aguilera, arguably the most talented of her scene, although I would also say arguably the least tolerable. Guess she wanted to stay focused on her music, although she never made much music either. She doesn't really record that often. Anyway, it was after yet another of her trademark years-long breaks from recording that she decided to make her comeback in spectacular fashion, finally jumping into the Hollywood scene by starring in her first movie. Let's go! And to smooth the transition, she also recruited as her co-star one of the most successful singers-turned-actresses in history, Cher. And the movie would be about Christina's favorite style of performance, burlesque, to lend a veneer of retro class to her brand of over-the-top skankiness. Surely, there would be no better vehicle to launch Christina back into superstardom. Obviously, that's not what happened. Burlesque kind of squittered into theaters before quickly squittering its way out again without even the good sense to become a notorious flop, and with the only buzz from it coming after Cher allegedly bribed her way to a couple Golden Globe nominations. It wasn't disliked, at least not enough to hurt Christina or anything, but it didn't really help either. It became just another easily forgotten stumble in Christina's flagging later career. But what exactly is it? Why didn't this movie, which did in its early stages have some buzz as a promising film, why didn't it do better? Why did it get so quickly forgotten? Well, let's find out. Let's take a look at Burlesque. My TV's on the other side of the... Hold on.
$16.50 for you, $16.50 for me.
Oh boy.
Loretta, I'm leaving her.
You're really going?
I'm really going.
You know, I don't know that I expected this movie not to be riddled with cliches, but for crap's sake, she's from Iowa. From Iowa, people. I mean, she's literally... Hold on, let me sum up this part for you real quick. Just a small town girl, living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Oh, but she's gonna sing first, obviously. Let's get that out of the way.
Never had before. No.
Yeah, in case it's not clear, I really don't like Christina Aguilera's singing. It's all power, no style. I always feel like I'm being flattened. Good thing I get to hear it for a full 120 minutes. Also, yeah, if you notice, she is singing that same song that Flo Rida sampled. I thought ruining that Etta James song was the only original part of that song, but nope, looks like Flo Rida wasn't even the first to do that.
One way or round trip?
You're kidding, right?
Anyway, her midnight train going anywhere is more specifically going to LA, where she starts the grueling grind of trying to make it in Hollywood. That can't be. Well, obviously we know where this is leading. She's eventually going to be led to the seedy underbelly. Well, neo-burlesque shows are not really all that seedy, but yeah, for our purposes, the seedy underbelly of showbiz. A singer in a smoky room, smell of wine and cheap perfume. Yes, a burlesque club. Cleverly named Burlesque.
Show a little more, show a little less, add a little smoke. Welcome to Burlesque.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of Cher's singing either. This really is not a movie I should be watching, is it?
If you got a little extra, well, give it to the band.
And why, yes, now that you mention it, yeah, this sort of does resemble Moulin Rouge. You did mention that, right? Could have sworn you just said that. I mean, there's a little bit of the Roxanne tango in there. It's a little like the way Zidler introduces the show at the beginning, which was soundtracked by Christina Aguilera, if you remember. But hey, it's just like a few superficial similarities. It's just one song. I'm sure it's nothing.
A kiss on the hand may be quite continental, but diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Okay, that might be something. Because that...
Kiss on the hand.
Yeah.
But stiff back or stiff knees, you stand straight and stiff knees.
Yeah! Holy crap, it actually happened. I was just joking, but they did it. They completely and totally ripped off the scene from Chicago where Roxy imagines herself into the show. That's not an homage, that's not a reference, that's just straight up theft. And if you're counting, that's 2 movies it's ripped off in one scene. And then we meet the rest of the characters, and the sad thing is, this movie has a pretty decent cast. I mean, we got Cher as Tess, the bitchy but lovable boss lady. We got Julianne Hough from Dancing with the Stars as one of the dancers. Alan Cumming reprising his role from Cabaret despite basically not having any lines. Stanley Tucci playing pretty much the exact same character as he did in The Devil Wears Prada. And that guy with the eyebrows who's in everything playing Tess's ex-husband and the club's co-owner.
Have you read this letter from the bank? This isn't going away.
Yes, the theater is about to be foreclosed on. Yes, it's that kind of movie.
I assume all your financial obligations. Buy you out.
Anyway, Eyebrow Guy wants her to sell the theater to some oily rich guy, but she doesn't want to.
Do you know what you could do with that money, Tess?
Remember, you got that balloon payment due on the 1st.
Did you also tell him I have a tattoo on my ass?
No.
That's
business.
Pretty common knowledge, actually.
Hey, bring me a martini, extra dry.
She doesn't work here, Nikki.
Well, then she's not busy.
And one last cast member, the once and future Veronica Mars, Kristen Bell, playing the bitchy one. And now that we've got our designated rival of the movie, the claws can come out. Wow.
You're just so damn beautiful. No one would ever know.
Know what?
That you're a dude.
Okay, that was like a 2, 3 out of 10 at best. I'm sure it'll get crazier as it goes on.
Maybe come back another time.
I've just never seen anything like this before, and I need
The
a
weak link in the cast is, of course, Christina, and actually Christina isn't really a terrible actress either, but...
Yes, ma'am.
And don't ever call me ma'am again.
Yes, sir. I mean, ma'am. I mean, Tess.
Get on the floor.
Look, I can't think of anyone less capable of being a struggling, naive young ingenue than Christina Aguilera.
I'm gonna be who I am, and what better way to do it than to wear assless chaps?
Now, Britney Spears could play some innocent, over-her-head starlet. Britney Spears basically still is an innocent, over-her-head starlet, but Christina, even right when she got famous, she always conveyed all the wholesome, guileless naivete of Miss Piggy. So, Christina, the plucky, inexperienced newcomer, no, I don't buy it. Anyway, Tess isn't hiring, but Christina basically forces them to hire her through sheer gumption and spunk and whatever. First as a waitress and then as a dancer, because by God, if Christina wants to work in a burlesque house, Christina's gonna work in a burlesque house.
What is she doing?
I think she's auditioning.
You know, you were off the whole last half.
Oh, come on, Tess. Come on.
I hope you all enjoyed that single piece of acknowledgement that Christina might not be perfect, because now we begin the phase of the movie that I call, golly gosh, Christina Aguilera is just the greatest and best singer and dancer and performer and entertainer who ever lived ever. Spoilers, this phase will last the entire movie. See, the cast of real actors might have tricked you into thinking that this was going to be more than some glitter-esque vanity project, but yeah, no. The entire middle and most of the end of the movie is just them kissing Christina's ass over and over again.
I couldn't keep my eyes off her.
Let's focus. She doesn't blend in.
A girl that doesn't blend in? Oh my.
She's a loose cannon, but she's the best we've got. It starts right around here, because Christina thinks that instead of lip-syncing, she could actually sing.
People come here to watch the dancers dance and to watch them lip sync.
But wouldn't it be great if we actually heard the girls sing?
It would be
Singing and dancing.
I hear you.
It'll revolutionize the industry. Actually, come to think of it, if all the girls lip sync, why do they have a band?
All the girls lip sync, right?
Except for Tess.
Of course, except for Tess.
Oh,
But
right. Tess is allowed to sing. Because she has such an amazing voice. No, she doesn't. Even Cher will tell you that. If you have a band on staff just to accommodate your one vanity piece song every night, well, damn. It's no wonder why you're going out of business.
Wait, hey, what's in that?
Iced tea.
Iced tea, my ass. Go home. Allie, you're gonna take Nikki's spot.
But Christina gets her chance when the evil one sabotages her performance, and she gets to bust out her chops and sing. By God, does she sing. Yes, isn't she magnificent? And for the next, like, 40 minutes or so, nothing happens.
Okay, good. All right, you go with the guys, find out what keys you're comfortable singing the songs in.
She wants to build the whole show around you?
It's just song after song
The dress is Chanel, the shoes YSL.
after song
A guy what takes his time, I'll go for any time.
after song after song, and occasionally people will talk about how great Christina is. You can watch Christina try to be Marilyn.
It rings off by Webster, it makes their heads twirl.
You can watch her try to be Madonna.
EXPRESS. Love, sex.
Most unfortunately, you can watch her be herself. Yeah. Note though, even though they're a big, huge success, the theater is still going out of business. You know, Cher, if you're this successful and still can't keep the place open, maybe the problem is you.
Track you wanted to rehearse for tomorrow night's show?
Feeling broken, barely holding on. Don't count me out just yet.
Give me an Oscar. We have this whole song and there's no point for it except for a cheap Best Song nomination. Look, I really can't describe to you all the nothing that doesn't happen during this middle part of the movie. I don't see how you make a movie with Cher and Christina Aguilera set backstage at a burlesque show and somehow it's not a campy, hammy, over-the-top diva spectacle, which, you know, why else would you watch this? I mean, this is straight up boring. I mean, yes, Christina dances and shows some skin and is ooh, naughty, like please. This has less charge than any single one of Christina's music videos. I've seen more in Cher's music videos, not that I wanted to. I came into this expecting Showgirls, and I'm getting something lamer than Coyote Ugly. And Coyote Ugly is lame. Like, where's the bitchiness and the backstabbing? Why isn't Gina Gershon getting pushed down the stairs? I mean, there is Kristen Bell, but she's only barely meaner than the evil popular girl from High School Musical.
I will not be upstaged by some slut with mutant lungs!
I'm so jealous because she's just so perfect and talented.
I quit!
Okay, there is one thing that kinda happens during the middle of the movie. It's the kinda, sort of romance. See, right at the beginning, Christina gets robbed because that is, of course, what happens to aspiring starlets just off the bus from Iowa in movies like this. So the club's bartender slash aspiring songwriter slash obvious love interest lets her crash with him. I can't remember his name, so we're just gonna call him Beef Chunk the bartender.
She's pretty. Your sister?
Fiance.
You straight?
You
thought I was gay?
I should go put on some pants.
Probably.
Note well, fellas. Girls walk around pantsless around gay guys. They just do. Try it yourself. Tell a girl they're gay and watch them drop their pants. It happens. See, she moves in full time because he needs a roommate while his fiance's out performing in New York. And she also kind of starts seeing the guy who's trying to buy the club, and Beef Chunk there starts getting jealous and weird for no reason. So after what seems like hours of boring songs, we get some actual forward motion. He breaks up with his fiancée.
You know what, you're right. We should definitely start thinking about our futures. And I might just be looking at mine right now.
And now that he's newly single, he starts winning over Christina by engaging in some subtle flirting. Quick, now do the whipped cream bikini thing from Varsity Blues. But yes, they do eventually hook up, and then she sings a ballad because God knows that's what you go to a girly strip show for, right? Sad ballads by fully clothed women.
We're buried in dust. Free me. I will suffer tonight.
Natalie,
I found a man I can trust, and boy, I believe in love.
Maybe this time.
Rip off! Shot for shot! Does this movie have a single original thought? Even one. But then, oh no.
I knew it. You are a liar. A pathetic, sneaky little liar. What is she doing here? I live here. What I want to know is why you are here.
Were they not really broken up? I guess he never said, I'm dumping you. It's borderline. But when this sort of thing happens, yeah, it's usually best to err on the side of he's a douchebag. So that ends that relationship, but what about the other guy? Well, Christina learns the horrible truth about why McMoney over there wants to buy the theater. He's going to turn it into condos. God forbid Los Angeles have one less performance hall in it. And what'll happen to all the other girls? They're a family! Well, the community center / orphanage / family farm / what the hell ever is threatened. So you know what that means. Let's put on a show! Oh no, wait, they're already doing that. Pretty successfully too. And they're still going out of business, so what does that leave?
Please sit down, ladies.
A few years ago, you wanted to buy my club, and I said no. Now, how much are you planning to sell your condos for?
Well, I start at $1 million and go up from there, depending on the view.
What if I told you that a 20-story office building was going up where my club is? That would block his view, right? And so, I think that we should talk.
I'd listen to her.
That's it. That's how they solved their money problems. It was that easy the entire time. The Twilight series ends with a peaceful negotiation, and even it has a stronger climax. They couldn't have written a cheaper resolution if they found a magic lamp in the road and wished themselves the money. And then, it's over. Everything gets wrapped up. Everything. Cher buys out her ex-husband. Resolved. Christina and What's-His-Face get back together even though he's a little bit of a scumbag. Resolved. And that bitchy girl rejoins the troupe, too.
I want to come home.
Okay, you're home.
Showgirls. Friendship is magic. That's what I'm calling this movie from now on. And Beef Chunk even finishes his long-awaited song.
We're the sauce on your steak. We're the cheese in your cake. We put the spring in Springfield.
No, it's some other song that's like the 5th tune in this movie that has the word burlesque in it. And that's it. That's the movie. She's made it. A real Hollywood success story, headlining a single insolvent burlesque house. She's a star, baby! So, what was the point of this movie? Like, I mean the story, what was it? Was it the romance? No, that was barely a subplot at best. Wasn't really a save the theater story because that got solved easy peasy. It's not really a rise to the top story either because she didn't get very far and she got there in the first half hour. She didn't learn or grow or anything. She was basically perfect when she arrived. This is really a pointless and boring movie. It's Cabaret without the tragedy, Moulin Rouge without the prostitution, Chicago without the murder, Showgirls without the batshit craziness, or for that matter, without the functional screenplay. Yes, this movie is less solidly constructed than Showgirls. I am going that far. And if there's anything sadder than being Showgirls, it's failing to be Showgirls. This movie is a sad disappointment for fans of good movies and bad movies alike. And the only way I can imagine you like it is if you're a hardcore Christina Aguilera fan who desperately wanted some new music from her. And if that's what you wanted, I say fine, whatever. Why don't we set it off with one more Christina song? Hit it!